Alright, howdy folks, and welcome to Gridiron Live. Hope everyone is having a good Monday afternoon. Sometimes I gotta check what day it is, because sometimes I don't really remember. Sadly. But today is Monday. Not the best day for some folks, but thankfully I have the day off. Still working, but I'm working on my own stuff. Was working on a little bit of design, a little bit of programming. So we're gonna take a break with NCAA 98, one of my favorites, going back to 1997 in this case. Gonna continue our Texas A&M Dynasty mode, and I hope that I can finish this series and actually, play a couple seasons, and preferably finish the entire career mode or the whole Dynasty. Last game we played against Vanderbilt, and it was a little slow at first, but we ended up winning 36-0, which pretty hefty loss for Vanderbilt. And our next game is going to be against USL, which, if you don't know, are the Ragin' Cajuns before they were called ULL. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and roll the intro.
The right to bear arms is guaranteed in the Constitution, sir.
We're going to hold on to him by the nose, and we're going to kick him in the ass. We're going to kick the hell out of him all the time, and we're going to go through him like crap through a goose.
Roger Vick pounded his way for 11 yards and a touchdown after taking...
We're going to cut out their living guts and use them to grease the treads of our tanks. We're going to murder those lousy Hun bastards by the bushel.
Alrighty, folks. Another day, time for some retro football. I think we're all set. So I have to sim this week. See if I can remember how to do that. Is it square? No. I guess we just press X on it. Or cross, according to some people. Simulate all games? Yes. So Alabama knocks Vanderbilt out of the park, but they actually managed to score, so I guess I have to step up for them. Ole Miss beats Auburn, or loses to Auburn. I kind of like that Ole Miss logo. The M with the stars on it. I don't know how problematic that logo would be in today's world, but I do like it. West Virginia, BC. Maryland beats Florida State. That's a bit of a shocker. This is still in the Bobby Bowden era, I believe, so Florida State definitely a powerhouse all throughout the 90s. South Carolina whips Georgia. Houston beats Pitt. Ball State beats the Hoosiers. Oh, and I kind of noticed this, but like the audio quality with this microphone, I knew it wasn't the best. But I like that it was lightweight. I didn't have to worry about like having a microphone positioned somewhere. but there's sort of like a... There's like some noise artifacts or some kind of like hissing. I can hear it more with this game for some reason. Maybe it's just PS1 in general. Emulation. So I might have to find some filters or just find a different microphone or something. Ohio beats Kansas State. That's a shocker. Miami, that is Miami, Ohio, I'm assuming. Ouch. Division 1 AA beats North Texas. Ooh, Arkansas and SMU in a barn burner there, 3-7. UCLA loses to Texas. So here's our opponent, USL. Of course, they lose to Texas Tech. And San Diego State loses to the Washington Huskies. Moving on to week number 5. We are ranked at number 21. We're going to play USL. We don't want to play as USL. Oh, I was going to show you the scouting thing. So cool thing about this game, you can go into scout mode. So let's scout USL. So who are the key players on offense? Wide receiver number 14. QB number 7, and halfback number 24. That doesn't really tell you a whole lot. I don't think there's really a... I guess you can kind of zone in on certain players. So watch out for number 14 and number 24 on the offense, I guess. I guess I should... Might as well write that down, huh? Let me open my notepad. Again, I don't know how much it's really going to help me, but never know. Well, let's just keep that written down. We got wide receiver number 14. We got QB number 7, which is going to be their starter, I'm assuming. And we got halfback number 24. Guess that'll be of some utility. Not sure what though. But then it can give you key plays as well. And I don't know if that's just determined by the playbook. Like USL's playbook has this as their 3 key plays. Counter left, counter right, and HP fade. Looks like it's all out of the same formation. And then my key plays are all run plays out of the split back formation. Team matchup, I think this is just stat versus stat. We're number 1 in penalties, number 3 in penalty yards, 15 in turnovers, that's good. Scouting report. The Aggies' wrecking crew defense blitzes often, and the offense has several game breakers. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Well, since we're here, cool feature is that you can practice with your team. Game Breaker didn't have this feature, which is you know, points for EA Sports back in the 90s for having this. I have to give credit where credit is due. And keep in mind, too, that EA Sports back in the early 90s, late 90s, all throughout the 90s, really, they weren't really the big bad guy that they kind of are now. So this is a totally different EA Sports. So you can take your Dynasty team and practice with them. It's kind of cool. Move the spot of the ball. And that's about it. And so I can see this being useful, you know, to try out different plays, see how the AI reacts to everything. I kind of like the idea of practice being a sort of a mini game with goals instead of just being free practice. Although free practice has its use as well in a game like this. But it would be cool if practice, you know, if practice were a part of like player development. I think that would be cool. But, you know, free play is also important if you want to try new things and see how different things work out. That's a cool feature. So we're gonna head back to the Dynasty menu. 30 seconds per load screen. I guess it's not 30 real seconds, it's more like 15 maybe. So, back to the scouting report for USL. The Raging Cajuns come at you with a speed-oriented defense and a balanced offensive attack. Again, what are you going to do with that information? I don't know. But it's cool that they had, you know, specific areas of the franchise menus specifically for scouting. And honestly, just this here kind of had more features than even the last 2K college football game. There wasn't a lot to do in that game, as you guys could tell if you watched me play that season. There really wasn't a lot to do. But here, you know, it at least gives you the impression. I can, you know, check out what my scouts tell me about the other team. I can check out key players and key plays. So a little bit of a game film kind of thing. You can check out the scouting report for the I guess it's the same. Key plays on defense. Doesn't tell you that for some reason. Yeah. So pretty cool. You can check out previous opponents, of course. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's see. So They like to counter left, right, and then go to a fade. So we'll keep that in mind. Counter left, counter right, and then fade. Where's the, oh, here you go, play week. Alright. So, let's try to keep an eye out for counter left, counter right, and fades. So a little bit of info, what I've been working on today and the last couple days is generating formations.
Welcome to College Station, Texas.
I might make a couple formations by hand, but for the most part, like the huge bulk of formations are going to be randomly generated with certain parameters. And that was actually a little bit harder than I thought it would be, but I pretty much have it down. I just have to make a couple rules for like running backs not being placed in front of the QB, or tight ends taking up the QB spot under center if they're under center. So little things like that. But once I get that sorted, I should be able to generate as many formations for a package as mathematically possible. And I don't totally have like what X and Y position, what that's going to mean just yet. I have a couple things. Since there's no live gameplay in my game, I kind of have to find a way for things to matter in a different way. Good tackle for loss there for the Wrecking Crew defense. I kind of have to find a way to make things matter. And what I mean by that is, like, what's the difference between a running back starting at the very back of the backfield or having a running back start closer to the line of scrimmage? Like, if there's no real X and Y position, you know, what does that mean? And I thought I could get away with absolutely no X and Y position, but it's turning out that I need to have a little bit of it. And it's going to be mostly the starting position. So the game engine is going to take into account the starting position of the players and then use that information to simulate the play. And I think that's a good compromise. So for example, I think the field is going to be broken up into tiles. And so the backfield might be, 5 tiles behind the line of scrimmage. So if you have a running back that's a true tailback and is at the very back of the backfield, his momentum variable is going to be very high. It's going to be maximum compared to a running back who's closer to the line. So a running back who has more momentum, good interception, that might be a pick six. Well, that's a pick six right there by Dat Win, number 9. A running back who starts 5 tiles behind the line of scrimmage is going to be... They're going to have a higher momentum variable or momentum rating. And what momentum is that first tackle, that the first attempt to tackle the ball carrier is going to take into account momentum. So it's going to be the player skills plus momentum, and then you simulate the outcome. Uh-oh. Gonna get a penalty here.
Penalty marker on the field. Delay a game.
So
Offense.
what the offense has to balance is if you have a true tailback, he's going to have more momentum, so he's going to be harder to tackle when he does try to get tackled. But he's going to start 5 tiles behind the line of scrimmage. So you compare that to a running back who's closer to the line of scrimmage, their momentum is going to be lower, so a little bit easier to tackle, but he's going to have to traverse fewer tiles to get past the line of scrimmage. So that's going to be the sort of meta game with Y position, starting Y position on the field. And so there's a lot of different things I have to figure out as far as what X and Y actually means. But it's going to be stuff like that. And I think it'll essentially create a game board, and you have to position your players in certain spots to create certain effects. And I think that'll be a good way to take into account, positions and formations, while still not having to simulate live, AI and all that stuff. Alright, so what are they doing? They're going to do a counter. That's a deep pass. It's caught. First down. Let's go nickel.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Oh, I knew that was going to be intercepted. What was that? Oh, but it's a pass interference, so we're still on defense. Let's go back to nickel and go back to man zone.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line. Number 24 is stopped for no gain.
So if you pay close attention, whenever the refs call a penalty, I think they actually throw a flag, which is pretty cool. It's a cool level of detail that is not in every game, especially not in modern EA football games. They don't even have referees, which is pretty bizarre. And the excuse for that, I still don't understand. There's just no way that adding a couple more models on the field is going to break your game. Doesn't make any sense. Especially given that it's been done in the past a lot of times. Let's go 3-4. Get some bigger tacklers in the middle of the field.
Pass is broken up by number 21.
Let's see. See if we can't overwhelm them with the blitz. Number 7 with the handoff, short gain of 4 yards.
Number 24 for a gain of 4 yards.
3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 at the 14-yard line.
It's a pass over the middle, just short, but it is a first down.
24 for a gain of 12 yards.
All right, let's go 4-4.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
That's a pitch.
Run by number 24. Loss of 1 yard on the play.
Looks like they took out their running back.
Second and goal at the 4-yard line.
See if we can get a goal line stand. Boom. Stonewall.
Run by number 32. Loss of 2 yards on the play.
End of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter, the score is Texas A&M 7 and USL 0.
Let's go back to 4-4. Let's go Mad Dog. Oh, ran out of time.
Third and goal at the 6-yard
They're
line.
going spread anyway. Oh, they got it.
Pass complete to number 14 for a gain of 6 yards.
Okay, so USL ties it up. Or they're about to. 7-7.
Kick is good.
One thing that I like about the sprites of the players in this game is that they have obviously they have the older designs on them, like the stripes, the simple sleeve stripes and stripes down the pants. I really like that, and like the longer sleeves of the jerseys. I think that's a really cool look. I'm not a huge fan of modern design principles like chrome helmets and,
Kickoff
you know,
return, 34-yard
shiny
line, number
helmets and all that stuff. And I've said that before, but just really like how they have the older designs,
ball, first and 10 at the
which were just the
30-yard line.
current designs back in the day.
Run by number 34 for a short gain.
Okay, so let's go split.
Second and 9 at the 37-yard line.
First drive on offense today. Play action. Throws it deep. Caught by number 1. And just like that, folks, A&M scores again. 6 points.
Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Right guard. Our guard's been substituted. What a pass. Right over the middle, past the secondary. Making it look easy out there.
The kick is good.
And kicking field goals from that side view is pretty challenging if it's off center. But I actually like that. I like that you don't have that perfect downfield view. Makes it a little more challenging. Field goals are notoriously easy in some of the later EA football games, almost to the point to where they're automatic.
15 yards, line number 6.
I'm gonna go nickel, and I'm gonna try to put a little bit more pressure on him.
Ball, first and 10 at the 24-yard line.
But we got him there. Loss of 3.
Run by number
That was Datwin.
loss of 3 yards on the play. Second and 13 at the 21-yard line.
Fullback.
Run
They
by
pretty
number
much
37 for a gain of 4 yards.
picked up their loss. 3rd and 8. Let's go 3-4. Man zone.
3rd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
Ah.
Pass complete to number 85.
Sacks are a little rare in this game. I've noticed that.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Number 7 throws it. 7-yard gain.
Pass complete to number 81 for a gain of 7 yards. Second and 3 at the 47-yard line.
2nd and 3. Number 7 throws it. Deflected by number 21.
Number 21. Third and 3 at the 47.
3 yards. We're probably going to run it here. And they get it.
Run by number 37 for a gain.
Trusty old fullback.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Oh,
Penalty on the play.
ball start.
Ball start on the offense, number 67.
First and 15 at the 48-yard
1st and
line.
15. USL number 7 throws it over the middle.
Pass is broken up by
Those
number
Aggie hands were wanting, but they didn't catch it.
Second and 15 at the 48-yard line.
Uh-oh.
Pass is broken up by number 43.
3rd and 15. This is it.
Third and 15 at the
See what we got here. They're in shotgun. Throws it. Almost picked off.
up by number 9.
Just like that, A&M gets a stop.
Fourth and
Right at about midfield.
50-yard line.
Number 34. Still on his feet. Oh, is he going to get a return? Can he shake him? Oh, man.
6-yard punt.
Was that the punter?
Return for a gain
Might have been the
of
punter.
35 yards.
Let's take some time off the clock here.
And 10 at the 49-yard line. Run by number 34 for a gain of 13 yards.
Let's see.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So one thing the AI doesn't do very well is knowing when to cut. Like they should have kept going to the left there. Instead, they turned upfield and then they got tackled.
Second and 10 at the 36-yard line.
What a bullet pass.
Broken up by number 6.
We're going to have to go split slot. Might need a deep pass here. At least 10 yards.
10 at the 36-yard line.
Oh, just out of reach.
Complete pass intended for number 88.
We're on the 36. Is that field goal range? We'll see.
And 10 at the 36-yard line.
Oh, just out of range.
Is no good.
That was close. Okay, so USL manages to get a stop.
USL ball, first and 10 at the 36-yard line. Timeout, USL. They have 2 remaining.
But there's only a minute on the clock, so. And they just used 1 timeout, so they have 2 left. I think I'm going to stay in the 3-4. Try to hit him from different angles.
First and 10
Using the linebackers, of course.
penalty marker on the field.
Roughing the passer.
Number 45. Defense. 15-yard penalty.
Wrecking Crew getting a little aggressive here.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Empty backfield. 4 wide, 5 wide. Oh, what a pass.
Pass complete to number 82 for a gain of 29 yards.
Let's go 4-4.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Oh, almost a sack, but they got a touchdown. We did hit the quarterback, though.
Pass complete to number 81 for a gain of 8 yards.
Man.
The kick
And it's
is
tied. Alright, so USL staying in line with A&M's offense. 14 all. 38 seconds left in the second quarter. See if we can't go through the air and get a quick score to end the half.
Kickoff return 20
Number
yards.
8. Is that Sir Parker? I forget. Start off with deep pass.
Texas A&M ball, first and 10 at the 23-yard line. Pass complete to number 20 for a gain of 16 yards. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A nice pass to the flat. 6 yards. Let's call a timeout.
Timeout, Texas A&M. They have 2 remaining.
Let's see. Let's go. See if we can find a pass to the sidelines.
Second and 4 at the 45-yard line. Pass is broken up by
Attached
number 13.
nutrition. Got a Twitch bot. Get rid of this. Block list. Bye. Hopefully that. There we go. All right. 8 seconds left.
Third and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Two seconds.
Timeout.
And we're at the 45.
They have one remaining.
I don't think we can get field goal from here. But let's just see if we can't get something deep.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Easy pass, but not enough.
Complete to number 20 for a gain of 12 yards.
Alright, so
At halftime,
a little bit of
is tied
offensive stat padding there. All for naught. It's Miami 30-0 on Pitt. BYU up on Arizona State, I think. Florida State up on Clemson. Florida up on Tennessee. Not by much. That's the end of the ranked games. 1AA up there with New Mexico State, but it is New Mexico State, so not a big surprise. Same thing with Ohio. Dun, 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 dun. Let's look at the game stats. Total offense, 121. Most of which is passing. Take a look at the player stats. 5 out of 8. 106 yards. Alright, so we do get the ball back. Feel like we moved the ball relatively well. Previous drive, just the clock beat us. .34, running a little bit too in line with his blockers, I think.
number 34. Texas A&M ball, first and 10 at the 31-yard line.
3-yard gain.
Number 20 for a gain of 3 yards. Second and 7 at the 34-yard line.
Oh, right through the middle.
Run by number 34 for a gain of 12 yards.
There's nothing like getting first downs on the ground. Any play action plays from here? Not really.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Oh, wide open. Mr. Greg Hill.
Pass complete to number 34 for a gain of
I really wish I could rename the players in this game.
first and 10 at the 40.
Get a fullback in there. Toss weak. Good cut this time.
Run by number 34 for a gain of 5 yards. Second and 5 at the 37-yard line.
Hard fought 4 yards right there.
For a gain of 4 yards.
Do we have a play action pass? I don't think we do. Maybe hit him with a quick pass. Oh, but we get an false start.
False start.
Number 71.
Number 71.
One thing, back to my game, one thing that I decided was that
Third and 6 at the 38-yard line.
2 of them. One thing I decided was that
False start on the offense.
I didn't want to have a play clock. So like this play clock that's running, I didn't want to have that. So instead I thought, well, what could I do to replace that?
At the 43-yard line. Flag on the play.
A huge pass here. And holding.
76. Offense.
So I didn't want to have a real-time play clock, so instead the players have certain ratings that it'll essentially, you know, it'll determine how... Where's this punt? I run out of time.
4th and 11 at the 43-yard line.
It'll essentially dictate how often or what's the likelihood of a certain player being susceptible to a penalty. So for offensive linemen, it would be, you know, false start or different things like that. For defense, it would be encroachment or roughing the passer or whatever.
Run by number 24. Loss of 3 yards on the play.
So, and since there's going to be a good amount of things to do in between plays, not a lot, but you know, a couple things. I didn't want to be unfair to the user, to the player, and you know, give them 20 seconds to do all that stuff. I want the game to feel a little bit more casual, like you can really sit down and think about your choices, but still have, you know, the effects of a play clock and all that stuff.
3rd and 15 at the 15-yard line.
Number 7
Pass is broken up by number 50.
throws it right to the linebacker. We got to stop. We're going to go punt block here. Uh-oh. 34 has it. Gain of 34 yards.
For a gain of 34 yards. Texas A&M.
We're going to go counter right.
10 at the 16-yard line.
Right into the mosh pit.
Tackled for a short loss.
Personal foul.
Personal foul.
34.
Oh, I think I pressed the X button after the play. So there you go. So they have a little bit of the blitz mechanic where you can tackle. Why? It's actually just like 2K football as well. You have to be careful when you hit the dive or charge button because you can hit someone after the play. Good catch and interference.
Pass interference. Number 38. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Maybe let's go toss.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Oh, good. See, in that case, the running back should have kept running to the left and let the blocker stay out in front of him.
That's the end of the third quarter.
End of the third quarter.
Tied at 14.
Let's go split. 2nd and 3. Can we get 3 yards?
Second and 3 at the 10-yard line.
Yes, we can.
Run by number 34 for a gain of 6 yards. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
1st and goal. Uh-oh. They were ready for it that time.
34, loss of 4 yards on the play.
In that case, do we have a play action pass here?
Second and goal.
Oh, now they're in dime, I think. That was dangerous.
Pass is broken up by number 10.
Alright, 3rd and goal. Let's actually just run it up the middle.
Third and goal at the 9-yard line. Run by number 34.
Okay, so we're going to have to settle for a field goal here. And angle it to the right just a little bit.
And goal at the 8-yard line.
And we got it. 3 points. I really like having to do power and direction at the same time. That's what makes it challenging. In Madden, in the later Madden and college football games, it was a little easy because you would do direction first and then power, and it's just too easy. There's no, like, anxiety. You have to really be good at timing it.
Incomplete pass intended for number 37.
Alright, 2nd and 10. I'm going to try to keep some deep coverage while still blitzing with the linebackers. You guys see how that worked out.
Number 82 for a gain of 26 yards.
Guess we'll go nickel. Well, we'll stay in the 3-4.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line. Number 24 is
That was going nowhere. 3-4 wide.
second and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Gain of 2.
Pass complete to number 24 for a gain of 2 yards. Third and 9 at the
3rd and 9 coming up. And we get a false start.
False start on the offense.
That'll make it tougher. So in that case, we'll go dime wide. Maybe?
third and 14 at the 49-yard line. Pass
Good tackle by number 43, I think. That's 4th and 7. They gonna go for it? I think they are. Oh, they're gonna punt.
at the 43-yard line.
That's okay. Still past the 20.
34-yard punt. Return for a gain of 17 yards.
Alright, 2 minutes. I'm ready to
Texas A&M ball.
milk the clock here.
At the 25-yard line.
little bit of attrition there with our offensive line. Let's actually go one back. And we're going to go straight up the middle. Couple yards. Third and 8.
Third and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Huge pass. Oh, it's caught again by number 1. And he's out of there. He could go all the way. And he does. What is this, a worship circle? Huge pass by number 7. I forget who number 7 was. I think Bucky Richardson, maybe. Not sure. Actually, let's look that up once I kick this field goal. Let's see, Bucky Richardson. Was he number 7 still in 1997? Computer's running out of juice. Let's hook it up to the lifeline. Former quarterback, A&M. Played for the Oilers. Nice. Yeah, 97 it says. Well, class of 91. But that doesn't really put him up to 97. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1997. So, yeah, he was a pretty cool player to watch. Member of the Southwest Conference 87 and 91 championship teams. So,
second and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, so Bucky Richardson, he played, I guess, under Jackie Sherrill. I think Jackie Sherrill's last season was 88. And then R.C. Slocum took over in 89. So he played under Jackie Sherrill in 87 and then under R.C. Slocum in 91. Okay. I didn't know that about Bucky Richardson. Bucky was sort of the... chat's disconnected? That's weird.
Pass interference. Defense, number 48. The penalty is
I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Might be Restream. Honestly, I don't know why I use Restream. I do like the little chat graphics that it has down here. But I mean, I could just use the YouTube ones. They just won't look as cool. And I think it might work better. I don't know. I don't know how to set notifications for streams in Restream. I don't know if that's like a membership thing or if... But really, don't really need it. So I might play around with that a little bit. But really,
First and
I
10
think that
15-yard line.
I would like to have stream thumbnails
Pass complete to number 85 for a gain of 11
but,
yards.
made beforehand. A little bit more interesting than just seeing the channel banner.
First and goal.
Are they going to score? That guy was trying to throw it
For number 14.
out of the stadium. Let's go 4-4. One or two more plays.
7-yard line.
They're down 2 possessions, so I think we're set.
Pass is broken up.
Huge hit right there. End of game.
That's the end of
USL gets to the door, but they are denied.
4 and USL 14.
Very nice. So A&M wins that one 14-24. Score was a little bit higher than I thought it would be, or more so the difference in the score. But you know, I like that. I appreciate that about the game. Appreciate that it's not super easy, even with a very strong team like A&M is. They have A+ across the board right now. But you can see that, you know, if I were to mess up with the play calling or just get a little bit more unlucky, I could lose that game. So I do appreciate that about the older games. Let's go to game stats. And USL walks out with more total offense. Much more offensive passing. They have 8 offensive rushing yards to our 48, so we got a little bit more done on the ground there in the second half, thankfully. 62 penalty yards. Time of possession, USL actually won that, surprisingly. But it doesn't matter when you have 2 long touchdown passes. So that's it. Another game in the books in the 1997 A&M season. Let's go ahead and back out. We'll just exit. Can always save it in the emulator. Yeah, so it wasn't Bucky Richardson. Let's see. Texas A&M QB 1997. See what DuckDuckGo says. Do they have a roster? I really like sportsreference.com. If you go to sportsreference.com, they have tons of stats for, I don't know, it goes back like 100 seasons almost. So 97, A&M went 9-4, finished 26th. So just out of the top 25. Oh no, final rank was 20th. So they won the Big 12 South. No. Anyway, let's see if we can find a roster. Maybe? No. If it's 1997, it has to be... It's probably Randy McCown. Randy McCown was... I think I recognize him more as number 15, I believe. In the 1998 season, R.C. Slocum kind of used Randy McCown and Brandon Stewart both. I think Brandon Stewart was a transfer from Tennessee. And I think he used them both in the 1998 Big 12 championship game. And if you know Luke McCown and Josh McCown, Randy McCown might sound familiar because they are related. I don't think Randy McCown played in the NFL though. So, yeah, back in '97, I'm guessing it's either Randy McCown, just under a different number, before he switched, I guess. I'll have to figure that out some other time. That's it for week number 5. Next week is going to be against North Texas, so another relatively easy game. Once we hit week number 7, we're going to be going into conference play. Back when Colorado was in the Big 12, Iowa State, Kansas State, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, Baylor, Oklahoma. We got a bye week off in week number 14. And then week number 15 was typically the biggest week of the season, the Lone Star Showdown. Let's go ahead and take a look at the top 25 here. So number 1 is Notre Dame. 3-0. OSU, 2 Florida, Miami, Nebraska, Washington, North Carolina, Florida State, Penn State, LSU, Michigan, Colorado, Alabama, BYU, Syracuse, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, Iowa, Virginia Tech, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Stanford, Wisconsin, and Arizona State. So somehow Tennessee is ranked number 16 and they haven't won a game yet. I'm assuming they started off pretty high and they just dropped down. I don't expect Tennessee to be here for very much longer. Award race. So week number 8 we'll know some more about the postseason. I really like that NCAA football logo. It's a cool logo. Very, very 90s, I guess. Which makes sense. Syracuse is on top. Number 1 in offense. Are we number 1? Are we on the board? Guess we're going to be in the hundreds. Oh, we're at the bottom. Okay. Let's look at the... Oh, and this SEC logo is pretty cool. I honestly like this SEC logo more than the current one. I mean, big surprise. I mean, I like a lot of the stuff more than the way it is now. That's a cool Mac logo, too. Got the Independence Conference USA. It's alright. Big West, that one's hideous. That looks like something a middle school person made. Big 12. Big 10. The Big East. That one could be better. ACC. Let's look at the Big 12 real quick. So we are last in total offense and last in the South. Big surprise. Haven't lost yet though. What matters is the record, not the total points. Alrighty folks, I think that's gonna do it for me. Next time we'll be playing against is it Colorado or no, North Texas. We'll be playing against North Texas. But that's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be seeing you guys in the next one.